did. Yeah, we got a tree today. So
Yay!
yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a really busy week, but I think it's gonna be good. Ultimately, we're happy. We're happy here. I've already done like 8 loads of laundry. So.
Oh my God, that's the best. Yes, tell us slowly, like how your loads of laundry have gone.
Yeah, well, it was a steep learning curve because it's a washer dryer combo. Okay. Does not come with a manual, cannot find one online. So it's been a bit of trial and error to figure out how to get the dryer part to work.
Oh.
So it's been a lot of turning it on and turning it back off because I don't know how to like back out of what I did. So it's like, nope, wrong, turn it off, turn it back on again and try again. It's been a lot of that.
Fair.
And trying to clean out the lint has also been a bit of a challenge because it doesn't have a traditional lint trap because it is both a washing machine and a dryer.
Oh, yeah.
So
you have the dual combo thing.
I do have the dual combo thing.
And I've heard rumors, not like from people like that it makes everything a little slower, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Because that's why we didn't do that. Because at first I was like front loader and then it was like combo. And then we read up on it and everybody was like, it's just a little bit slower. And I was
slower, but you don't have to leave your apartment.
But you don't have to leave your apartment.
Exactly.
And we're home all the time anyway. So it can take 3 hours.
Yeah.
Which it does. Start to finish can take up to 3 hours.
Okay.
But what are you doing? What are you doing?
That's like a dishwasher. My dishwasher takes like 4 hours. So
yeah, the dishwasher takes less time than the washer dryer combo does.
Okay, that is crazy to me, actually.
Yeah. The dishwasher,
a dishwasher that takes 3 hours is crazy to me.
Yeah. Ours does ours does like 2 hours.
No, ours is like 4 hours. It always says like 3:16, but then once you hit like play and it's like on the normal thing, because you can't do the Energy Express because it doesn't dry it. And yes, that's probably fine, but we do dishes so much that sometimes I'm like, I need it to be dry. I know, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be energy efficient. But ours takes like 4.5 hours. It's somewhat
Holy
weird.
Shit, dude.
And literally, so what are we've been in this house for almost 4 years. It's really funny because it makes this like loud beeping noise when it finishes, like all like dryer, washing machines or whatever, but we're not used to it after like 4 years. Every time it does it, I still jump and I'm like, okay, what? Is there a smoke alarm? What's going on? And then I'll be like, oh, I think that was just the dishwasher. It's really funny. It happens all the time. It happened 2 nights ago, even. Like, I was just like, okay, what's going on?
Everything makes a weird sound. All the electronics. The washer dryer combo also like sings an entire song when it's done. It's not just like do do do. It's like do 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 do. Like it's a full song. Like it's 30 seconds of just noise when it's like I'm done. I'm really, really done.
It took 3 hours, but I'm done.
Yeah, now I'm gonna take another 3 minutes
for a very important done.
Right. Yeah. But other than that, it's great. Yeah, it's like learning the quirks of a new place. But
awesome. This is very very exciting. I was remiss to mention that we are live tonight on Zoom. We are joined by, at the moment, in order of appearance on my screen, we have Randy and JP and Ro and Alicia and Matt and Greg and Alicia. Is it Alicia or Alicia? Because I don't know for sure, and I feel like it's probably time to clear the air.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Alicia.
Alicia. Oh, my goodness. I haven't for the last 4 months.
That's fine.
Okay.
Both are very lovely names. We just wanted to make sure we had the correct one.
There's a lot of people with the name now, but when I was a kid, nobody had it.
Really?
There's an actress with the name from The Walking Dead. Fear of the Walking Dead.
Fear of the Walking Dead. Okay.
And the 100. Okay. Well.
I know. I want to watch the 100. I saw the pilot at Comic-Con. It was like right up my alley. But
it just ended.
Okay. Well, good. I can catch up now.
perfect.
And I'll still be running towards the end and not like the finish line be extended. So that's exciting. Okay, cool. Well, I am glad because I actually have been like very like jumpy. I'm like, why don't I just ask her how it's pronounced? Speaking of TV, literally, so remember how I was gonna watch all these like extra Christmas stuff or
Mhm.
holiday stuff in general? So we watched Dash and Lily in like 2 days
Ah,
again.
Right.
Same.
Right.
Loved the shit out of it.
Yeah.
So
There's
good.
Not even
So
a nice
good.
way to say it. Like
Such a good recommendation.
it
So
was
good.
so good.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny because I know we were talking about this over text, but like Jay was like on his laptop and like blah 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 during it. And then we get to the very last scene of the first episode and he slams his laptop shut and he's like, shit, now I'm in.
And I was
It's
saying,
so
Daniel had a
good.
very similar journey with it. Like, was
Yep.
like, what are you watching? And then it was like, oh, what happens next?
Yep. Yep. It was
Wanna
like, all right.
keep-
I was gonna
Yeah.
go to sleep, but let's do this. And I was like, yes. I'm always happy to hear let's do this in regards to TV shows as well. But yeah, it was fantastic. I can't recommend it enough if you're hearing this, like, and you feel so inclined. I feel like it's not just like the holiday spirit kind of movie because it's a TV show series. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda,
If you need a
bow
pick
down
me
to you.
up, if you
Yeah.
pick me up, it's really feel good. And I think I also didn't quite emphasize enough how much it really spoke to like my sad New York City heart, that like it is very much like a love letter to
Mm.
a New York that we
Yep.
can't experience right now. So if you're
Aw.
feeling a little nostalgia for that, like it hitting all the good spots there too, as well as the Christmas spots.
And
Yeah.
I wrote you guys, I was so stoked to have made that one trip to New York finally a couple of years ago because there were places that I was like, oh, I've been there. And it was great. It was super
Mhm.
fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And can we all agree, everybody that's seen this, that Aunt Lillian is the best?
Oh my
I
God, she's
wanted
my
to be
hero.
Aunt Lillian when I grew up.
Oh my God, 100%, 100%.
Like the best. So yeah, I totally recommend it, everybody. Check it out. They're, your basic like 30-minute episodes. It's Netflix, right? So
It's Netflix.
they're not all like the exact like 23-minute formula or whatever. But they're all like half-hour episodes. It's fantastic. It's just very feel good and wonderful. And going in the opposite direction. So I was supposed to watch Noelle and a couple other things that I wrote down to watch. And then last night we were wrapping presents and we started watching The Flight Attendant. And then we watched all 8 episodes in 2 sittings.
Oh my. Someone else, I was on a Zoom last night and someone was talking
Yeah,
about the Flight
guess
Attendant. I know nothing about it.
Yeah,
It's
same.
really good.
Other than that, they also said it was very good, but gave very
Is it-
little detail.
Is it a Christmas movie or series?
Nope.
Okay, just totally.
It's on
Okay.
HBO Max. It's based on a book. And HBO Max is also where Wonder Woman is playing, right?
Oh,
Right? Okay, yes.
Yeah,
So-
I think I'll, yes.
Do we want to do a Wonder Woman special at some point? Because we did the Wonder Woman special after the first movie came out. So we should probably consider maybe doing another one for.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't
take
realize
that
the
right
second one
away.
came out.
Yeah, me
No,
neither.
It comes out on Christmas Day. They're releasing it on Christmas Day.
Oh,
A nice present.
it's one of the movies that's doing HBO Max and theaters.
You mean all the movies?
All the movies, all the 2021. Yeah.
Yes. So if you guys want to do that, we could do that in January too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the flight attendant, Kaylee Kuko from The Big Bang Theory, she plays a flight attendant. I don't want to spoil too much. Essentially, it's a murder mystery, and she's a very functioning alcoholic, and she's trying to piece together she was blackout drunk when the murder happened, and she's a witness to it essentially, and she's trying to piece it together. And every episode, she gets more clues that like kind of triggers more of the memory, and it's digs in deeper to addiction and the murder and everything, all that. I don't want to even spoil like more of like the other themes that it goes into, but it's if you're into like those kind of thrillers and Kaylee Cuoco is a very like physically comedic actress,
Mhm.
and she brings that to it, where something that is somewhat of an uncomfortable subject to kind of watch in general, she brings a good like of levity to it as well, like a bit of it, and it's just it's great. It would be something that if you were listening to like an episode or a season of Serial or whatever on it, you would be all in. So just think of it as like a season of like a podcast murder mystery, like presented on a mini series. It's really great though. I totally recommend it. It's a very female heavy cast. It's just really great. The director of or I believe the woman that wrote it, the first episode at least, wrote The Spy Who Dumped Me, which was Jay and I love that movie, but it's like Mila Kunis and Kate McKinnon, and it came out a few years ago. And I think, was it Patty Jenkins or somebody? I'm sure, Matt, you're going to tell me in the chat. It was a female director for the maybe she also, the one who wrote those movies, also directed the first episode, but it's really great. I totally recommend it. If you're after you watch Dash and Lily and get that holiday cheer, totally check out The Flight Attendant. It is spectacular. I loved it.
Sounds really good.
Nice.
Yeah. Alicia said she started The Wilds on Prime. It's pretty good. I mean, is it live action or like, cartoon or? Oh, you're on mute.
You're mute.
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay, it's sort of a situation where 8 or 9 girls are in a airline crash on a desert island, sort of a cross between Lord of the Rings and Lost, told in the same sort of storytelling style Lost is, with the flashbacks, and they're teenage girls, ranging from like 15 to 18 or so,
Okay.
and a lot of unknowns, but Rachel Griffiths, the Australian actress,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, she's probably the best known actress, the best known person in it. And I just was wrapping presents and threw it on, and I was up till like 3:30 in the morning last night.
It's funny how that
Sounds good.
happened. Because again, we stayed up
Make it
until
happen.
1:00
Yeah.
last night watching that. And we knew that, everybody was expecting presents in the morning. And we're like, oh my God, we're going to get up soon. Do you want to go to sleep? And it was like, we could fit in one more. That caffeine.
Nice.
That's when you know it. You're really
Yeah.
enjoying the story.
It's I know, Ro, you said that you had trouble getting into it. But like not me. And it's so funny because I was talking to Jack and I was just like, no, seriously, watch it. And he was like, well, Cindy like it? And I was like, it doesn't matter. You need to watch this. It's really good. He was like, okay. And then like when he was leaving, he was like, good night. And I was like, I was like, good night. And I will talk to you tomorrow when you've watched all 8 episodes in 24 hours. And he was like, you're overselling it. And I was like, no, I am not. I was just, it's exciting. It reminds me of like the first season of Serial, except it has an ending. So
Ooh.
I really, really enjoyed it. Like it has everything that I like. That and Dash and Lily, like spectacular TV that I've watched over the last week.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Rose said, I'm
um,
in now, 3 episodes down.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And just remember, this is a chick from Big Bang Theory. They clearly underused her because it's kind of like, when you saw your first movie with Jennifer Aniston, not as Rachel, and you were like, oh shit, she can act. Kind of like that.
Hmm.
You're
Nice.
like, oh shit, she can actually like embody a character and like all the things that come with her. It's great. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm sold.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Once
Anybody else?
Once we get our TV set up, because we still haven't
Yeah.
done that yet.
Anybody else watch anything good? Sorry.
Well,
terrible.
I finished out the Christmas Prince.
Oh.
Oh, yes, that's right. Did you love the ridiculous scene where she's giving birth and everybody is there?
It was pretty great. Yeah. It was pretty great. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, and I mean, I haven't even I don't even know, but I know enough to know that yeah, that's probably not real, but also it's cheesy
fun.
TV. And
Did you see the hidden liberal agenda in the second and third movies?
I did, and it's it's pretty non-controversial, I would say.
Yes,
It's
which is that's the hidden agenda. It's non-controversial. All of a
it's
sudden,
pretty basic things.
right?
but,
All of a sudden, those women are going to wake up while they're in evangelical church and be like, "Wait, we can lead things."
Yeah, it was very fun though. I enjoyed it. It was good times.
Yeah, it was definitely the good amount of mind candy.
Totally. And then I watched Dash and Lily and was like, oh my God, this is great. Yeah. And then what else? I watched Deaf U. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
No, I haven't even heard of it. What is it?
It's on Netflix. It's like reality TV. It follows the lives of a couple of students at Gallaudet, I think is how it's pronounced, the all deaf university in Washington, D.C., which also was fun to they did a good job of really showing, different parts of D.C. But it was, really interesting. And I'm hoping that there'll be another season because I felt like it kind of ended a little bit abruptly and I wanted I wanted more, but it was interesting.
Cool.
Nice.
I will add it to the list.
Yeah. No, it's a good watch. It's also 30 minutes or 50 minutes. I want to say 30-minute episodes. It felt, it's fast.
It's either a half hour or an hour. Who knows?
It's either a long half hour or a short hour.
It felt like 30-minute episodes. So,
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Anybody else? You want to unmute and share any TV or movies you watched recently? Cool.
Yeah. Raised by Wolves on HBO Max.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very bizarre. Very, very strange.
Okay.
And it's being renewed for season 2. I loved it, but it's if you've seen Westworld, it's even stranger than that. So
interesting.
Yeah, interesting because I have seen Westworld.
I didn't get to the 3rd season of Westworld yet, but
yeah,
it is very, very good.
Okay.
Cool.
I have seen it on the on the thingy. So
the only actor that I think is well known in that one is fairly well known Travis Fimmel from Vikings.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I never watched Vikings, but we did stay at the same hotel as them at Comic-Con.
Ooh,
really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Brushing with some celebrity
They
there.
were at the Fire Pit Bar at the same time we were.
Oh, well,
Nice.
Well, Travis Fimmel is that guy that remember Sex and the City, the model that Samantha started dating. That's who he's based on.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. And what was his name again?
The actor's Travis Fimmel.
Okay. Cool.
He's Australian or New Zealand. I forget which.
Okay. Cool. Oh, that reminds me. In The Flight Attendant, the woman that plays Lilith in Sabrina is in it.
Oh, she's great. I love her. I loved her in Doctor Who. She just has such range as an actress. She's so good.
Yeah, and yeah, she's great in this too, but she uses her, I think, real accent, which took me a little bit of getting used to. It was
she's Scottish.
Why is Lilith talking like that?
Wow.
Which is
I believe she's Scottish.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was great. I can't speak enough about it. Well, cool. Randy said that he's finishing his first watch of Community. Community is wonderful and it holds up. It holds up so fucking good.
I was talking again on another Zoom call yesterday. Community came up. That's what we do. Community has come up. I have lost count of the amount of times it's come up, and I've watched a couple of episodes, and the first couple of episodes I was meh, and then I don't continue. And then so many people keep talking about it, and like people whose opinions I trust. So I think I really need to maybe watch it.
Community is so I think Community is kind of like in that same vein as Parks and Rec and The Office, where some people are like super into it like all the way at the start, but like it takes a bit to get to know the characters,
Yeah.
and like all of a sudden everything just clicks. And the fact that like it's pretty ahead of its time in general, just with like the things that like the subjects it covers, and like, you know, the way that it handles certain things is actually, you know.
When is it from even?
Oh gosh, it was let's see, the paintball episode is like the most famous episode, and I think it's season 2, and that was while I was living in my apartment still, and I lived in my apartment from 2009 through 12, so it had to have been at least 11 years ago.
Holy shit.
I think the last season might have been 2015-ish.
Okay, I know the last season was when I was in my townhouse after the apartment, and yeah, I think it was after Zach was born, so that would make sense because it was definitely over by the time I left. And Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton are in the last season, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Because I know I had stopped watching, and it wasn't because I like lost interest in the show. I think it was because I gave up cable.
No, I'm sorry. That's Parks and Rec. I'm stupid. Sorry. I'm talking about Parks and Rec, where Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton are in it. They're all the same to me.
Yeah. They're all from a similar era, though.
They
I feel like
all
Parks
from
and Rec and
similar.
Community were on TV around the same time.
I just never even heard of it though until like this year. But whatever. I
Really?
guess I shouldn't. Yeah.
Oh, you should
Until I
watch
saw
it.
it come up
Nuts.
in like Netflix or whatever. Or
Jay
Hulu or whatever
it's on Jay's rewatch list when he needs like mindless something to watch during the day.
Nice.
Because like
Mhm.
some people need like TV to watch during the day. I can't do anything, even podcasts. I need like total silence to get stuff done. But like,
Same.
yeah, which I regret because I wish that I could. But like, yeah, like Community and The Office are Jay's like go-tos. But yeah,
Okay.
it's really good though. Like
If
once
it's
you
in
get
the
into it-
category of like The Office and Parks and Rec, then I will definitely
in the
like
same
it.
category as it's probably in the same category also as like Superstore when it gets into like it.
Yeah,
Just
they're just
because-
like good ensemble comedy.
Good ensemble comedy that is actually very socially like, you know,
Yeah.
aware and has like lessons, and it's really good. So enjoy.
Speaking of Superstore, I think I'm almost caught up.
Ooh,
I'm
wow.
not. Jay is caught up with the end of this season. I'm not caught up.
Oh no, I'm not caught
Oh.
up to the most current season, but I'm
Okay.
almost caught up to the current season.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
So
We'll get there.
Nice.
We'll get
yeah.
there.
Well, because I kind of was stalled for a bit because I was watching it with Daniel, and then like he kind of fell out of it, and like he gets really mad when I watch shows without him. So I was like kind of taking a pause, and then I was just like, look, I gotta catch up. Shandy and Colleen watch a lot of stuff that I don't watch, and I need this. I need this so I can feel part of the group. So I'm gonna keep watching.
Yeah.
And
You could
I think
also-
it's hysterical. I just love it. So
Yeah, no, it's great. It's really
Mhm.
great.
It's
I was
good.
gonna say you could do what Tasia is currently doing and try to just like power through 40 seasons of Survivor, and then we can talk about Survivor. But I just have to give a
Oh.
shout out because she has been doing this for a week, and she is on the last episode of season 5 as we speak.
Oh, she's a stronger
Wow.
woman than I am.
That is
And
a
that is
lot.
impressive.
I don't think I have that kind of willpower.
Especially early Survivor seasons.
Yeah. Which I did. To be fair,
Yeah.
I did watch at least the first like 3 seasons.
I didn't. I never watched any of them
So
until
like I know who those people are. I
Yeah.
know like see look now I
Richard
can't even
Hatch.
think of it. Yeah, Richard Hatch,
Nope.
the one the cute guy with the curly dark hair.
Colby, right?
I thought it was Evan.
Oh,
Oh, Ethan.
Ethan.
Yeah,
Ethan.
Ethan's
Oh,
on.
Ethan. I'm so stupid. It is Ethan.
Yep.
He's super adorable.
Yep.
Yeah.
With Rob from
great.
Boston. Is that one?
Boston.
Am I-
Yes, Rob
am
from
I-
Boston.
Am I now confusing them with real world's characters? Because
No,
I feel like
no.
there's some cross.
No. You got it. It's just he's known as Boston Rob, but I do
Yeah,
like
Boston.
I like Rob from Boston. That's
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Why
it's
the
like
hell
Chris
not?
from Boston, but more reality. Titles.
except Rob's actually like from Boston.
Chris. He just doesn't live there right now.
Well, sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let's see. Greg watched Elf in Christmas Vacation today.
Ooh, nice.
We watched
Nice.
Elf for movie night this past week. And then Randy said 3 good movies leaving Netflix at the end of the month. Safety Not Guaranteed, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and Fargo. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is probably in my top 3, if not top 2 favorite movies of all time. It's a wonderful movie. If
Gotta
you're
watch
listening to
that
this
again.
before the end of the month, I highly recommend checking it out. It's just a beautiful movie. The end.
All right. Yeah, I gotta watch that one again. And Fargo. I've never seen Fargo.
I've never
Yeah,
seen
me
Fargo
neither.
either, actually. Yeah.
Gotta get on it.
Gotta get on it.
The movie's great. The TV show is great.
I hear the TV show is great. We had a Fargo podcast on this network with Mike and Jeremiah, and I never watched it. I need to.
Yeah, I feel like I would like it too, but for a while, because it was FX, so it's like it's hard if you don't have cable to get FX. But now that it's on
I do
FX on
find that-
Hulu, now it's
Yeah.
the door has been open.
Yeah. Matt said the most recent season of Fargo was scattershot,
What does that mean?
meaning it was like hit or miss. Like they splayed a whole bunch of shit at the wall.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I've
Some of
seen
it stuck and
it.
some of
I
it didn't.
do.
Like spaghetti. Got it.
Yes, it was kind of like, spaghetti exploded in the like microwave and like the sauce went everywhere.
Throwing it on the ceiling to see if it
Yes.
sticks.
Yeah, premature saucilation. Anyways, speaking of, I believe that we really need to get into the heart and soul of this episode that we promised the people, and that would be the best of bad sex in fiction, which was canceled for 2020, but Matt has provided us with,
A contingency plan.
some
Mhm.
highlights as a contingency plan.
Oh.
So where we were talking about last episode was, did we want to do 2015 versus the best and worst winners of all time? And I kind of want to just do 2015 because we haven't heard those yet. But if
Let's do
anybody
it.
else, I mean, we've got both links, so we can take if you showed up tonight, that means you get a vote because democracy hashtag. Thumbs up if you want to do best of, and thumbs down if you want to do. Oh gosh, this sounds like one is positive or negative, but it's fine.
about
It's just, okay,
right-
raise your hand if you
raise
want
your
to do,
right hand for one and raise your left
yeah,
hand.
but what
for
if
the other.
somebody's got a camera that's like backward?
Oh, that's a good point. Good point.
Okay, all right. How
We
about
could do
Put your
fingers.
nose
One
for
finger or
20.
two fingers. One finger or two fingers.
Oh yeah, one in the
One, yeah.
one in
And
the
then
two
you
in
can
the,
put them wherever you then feel is where they belong afterward.
yeah, one in the best of, two. Wait, hold on, that was backwards.
You got it. You got it. Hold on. You can do this.
One in the best of, two in the 2015.
There it is.
Hold it up, ladies and gentlemen. I
Wait,
forgot
what
what we're
is
on. The best sex in fiction. Want best of or 2015? I have both links open, so I can easily copy and paste either or. Best of two. What was two? Was two 2016 or
2 was
best of?
2015.
One was best of, two was 2015. Okay. So two or one? One is
I
best
think-
of, two is 2015. Okay, so we've got two
Oh.
2015, two best ofs. Shit. Matt, you're the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so perfect. Matt is tiebreaker. Because he sent us both.
Oh, and Greg says best of in the chat.
He did. I was counting him.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
I think he and Ro were
Yes, we're both
he and Ro were
of.
best of, and Alicia and Randy were 2015. Am I good? Everybody thumbs up me if we're right? Okay.
But Matt did say that he was two-timing us because
He is two timing us. He's on a double two.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah. So he might
He's
not-
literally
Mm.
doing two in the stink right now. So Well, Alicia changes her vote, and I forgot what she voted for the first time.
2015.
No, best of, is that
So
best of?
of it is, I think.
All right, best of it is. I'm gonna post the best of link in the chat. Hold on. Okay. If anybody would like to read one, we can do that. So there's 23, and we're not gonna read all 23. So just, I don't know. Oh shit, I just sent that to Matt, not everybody else. Sorry, Matt, you've already seen this because you sent it to us. Okay, here we go. All right. Sorry, Matt. He's gonna be like, what the hell are they doing? All right. We're not gonna do every single one of these just because we don't have time to do all 23. But if anybody has any that they would like to like raise their hand and read, we could totally do that. Who wants to start? We will do the 23/best/worst. I'm sorry, 23 best/worst winners of the Bad Sex in Fiction Awards. And they will not be 23. They will be the best of these 23 best. So would anybody like to start? I'll start. Okay. Don't have to ask me a couple of times. Here we go. Oh, Greg will do one. That's what she said. Greg, go through and let me know which number you want to do. Okay. Or which numbers, plural, multiple. You can do that too. Okay.
You can do multiples.
All right, here we go. The first one is The Office of Gardens and Ponds by Shandy Didier
Decoing, I think. Sorry, I'm
Decoing. Perfect.
Down.
All right. Katsuro moaned as a bulge formed beneath the material of his kimono, a bulge that Miyuko Siege needed, like a cat needed, massage, which isn't that the same thing, squashed and crushed with the fondling, because Katsuro's penis and testicles became one single mound that rolled around beneath the grip of her hand. Miyuki Miyuki felt as though she was manipulating a small monkey that was curling up in its paws.
Okay.
That was from last year, and I don't remember that one.
Yeah, no.
You would think that the whole squashing and crushing would have stuck, more out in our memories, but apparently not. That sounds not fun.
Unpleasant.
No, I know it was hard for me to like get into the character for that because it sounded so unpleasant. I'm like, I don't know how to do this because this isn't something I would do. But anyway, number 2, who volunteers? Otherwise, we'll skip to number 3, which Greg has so graciously volunteered to do.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Oh, this one.
Greg, you're up. All right, so we're going to skip to Greg.
Okay. All right, you guys hear me good?
Perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, we can
hear
you.
Okay, so this is called Katarina by James Frey, 2018.
Yes!
2018.
You're doing my favorite one.
It caught my eye. All right, so here it goes.
That's not all it catches.
No, I'm hard and deep inside her, fucking her on the bathroom sink, her tight little black dress still on her thong on the floor, my pants at my knees, our eyes locked, our hearts and souls and bodies locked. Come inside me. Come inside me. Come inside me. Blinding, breathless, shaking, overwhelming, exploding white. God, I come inside her, my cock throbbing. We're both moaning eyes, hearts, souls, bodies, one. One. White. God, come. I close my eyes, let out my breath. Come. I lean against her, both breathing hard. I'm still inside her, smiling. She takes my hands, lifts them, and places them around her body. She puts her arms around me. We stay still and breathe, hard inside her, tight and warm and wet around me. We breathe. She gently pushes me away. We look into each other's eyes. She smiles.
Bravo.
That
Hats
doesn't-
off.
That doesn't put you in the mood. Oh dear
I'm
God.
super turned on right now.
Yeah. Commas.
and just-
Who needs them?
Just remember, that is the brilliant mind that also wrote that A Million Little Pieces book. That was also, made up. Much like his ejaculation experience. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's a personal favorite of mine as well. Shandy, Amanda, anybody want to take one? Otherwise, anybody else from the chat want to read one? It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do one.
Yeah.
Should we just go in order? I'm like trying
Sure.
to scroll through. I don't know if anything's really speaking to my heart of hearts here.
Your vag. Go
My
for it.
vag. We'll see. All right, so let's just move on down the list. Let's do
Okay.
number 4. The Destroyers by Christopher Bolin from 2017. She covers her breasts with her swimsuit. The rest of her remains so delectably exposed. The skin along her arms and shoulders are different shades of tan, like water stains in a bathtub. Her face and vagina are oh, it's not good if you mess up the sentence. All right. Her face and her vagina are competing for my attention, so I glance down at the billiard rack of my penis and testicles.
Okay, I don't remember us reading this the first time, but that is terrible.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
That's why it won the award.
Exactly. Yeah. I scrolled down a bit to way back in 2007. This is number 14.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Do it.
It looks very promising
Okay.
from the
Okay.
first sentence. It's from Will by Christopher Rush.
Dedicated to our listener, Will.
Mhm.
Indeed. Oh,
Merry
glorious.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, glorious pubes. The ultimate triangle whose angles delve to hell but point to paradise. Let me sing the black banner. The blackbird's wing, the chink, the cleft, the keyhole in the door. The fig, the fanny, the cranny, the quim. I'd come close to it now, the sudden blush, this ancient avenue, the end of all odysseys and epic aim of life, pulling at my prick now, pulling like a lodestone. Anne Hathaway's cow-milking fingers, cradling my balls in her almond palm, now took pity on the poor anguished erection, and in the infinite agony of her desire, guided it to the quick of the wound. At the same time, I searched wildly with the fingers of my left hand, groping blind as Cyclops, found the pulpy, furred wetness, parted the old lips of time, and slipped my middle finger into the sancta sanctorum. It welcomed me with soft sucking sounds, syllables older than language, solace lovelier than words. She pulled my hand away, positioned the prick, slid her buttocks deep into the grass, raised her thighs back high, crossed her legs behind my back, dug her heels into my spine, and hauled at me savagely and hard. I fell into her.
What
Oh my
prose.
goodness.
What prose. What command of language.
Indeed. I just want to I feel like a general PSA to some of these writers is the word prick is not sexy. Like, it's not hot.
Yeah,
So they might want to just click on synonym and
right?
just
They
use
use
a
it.
different one.
It does seem that so many of the rest of the words are probably derived that way.
right. Right click synonym. Yeah.
Sounds like.
Very true. I also scrolled down a little bit and I found Black Swan Green by David Mitchell from 2006.
Ooh.
I was looking at that one. That's a really good one, Colleen.
Yeah, you read it. You read it then.
No, you go. You go. Do it.
No, go. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I've got another one on the back burner.
Oh, that's what she said.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to go and then Ro's going to go. All right. If Don Madden's breasts were a pair of Danishes, Debbie... Unseen. Debbie Crombie's got 2 space hoppers, each armed with a gripply nipple. Tom Yu kissed them in turn, and his saliva glistened in the April sun. I know watching was wrong, but I couldn't not. Tom Yu slipped off her red panties and stroked the cressy hair there. If you want me to stop, Madame Crombie, you have to say now. Oh, Master, yes, she curdled. Don't you dare. Tom Yu got on her and sort of jiggled here and there, and she gasped like he was giving her a Chinese burn, and wrapped her legs around him froggily. Now he moved up and down, man from Atlantis-y. His silver chain jingled on his neck. Now her grubby soles met like they were praying. Now his skin was glazed like roast pork sweat. Ooh, gosh, I gotta read. Now his skin was glazed like roast pork sweat. Now she made a noise like a tortured Moomin troll.
Yeah, Moomin troll. Everyone knows what that is.
This is Moomin troll from down the street.
Right.
Now Tom Yu's body jerkily. Whoa, okay. Jerk, jutterily, jackknifed, and say that 100 times fast. And
no, sometimes alliteration is not good.
Are those even real words?
I don't think so.
They're just making up their own words now.
Now Tom Yu's body jerkily jackknifed, and a noise like a ripping cable tore out of him once more, like he'd been booted in the balls. Her fingernails sunk salmonly welts in his arse. What? Why didn't you say she? Well, whatever.
Also, how did her fingernails get there?
I think she just gripped his butt, but are
her legs still praying? Is she a contortionist?
I don't know. All I know is Debbie Crombie's mouth made a perfect O.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is right. All right, I just want to hear Ro read one, please.
I don't know. I'm going to just preface this with the fact that
I messed that one up so badly. You can't do any worse.
There's a word in here that there's no way I can pronounce. No way. But anyway.
Can you say jerk?
Is it juggedly?
It's probably not probably not a real word, so don't worry about it.
It is a real word. It's a medical word, and I've been trying for the last few minutes, but I'm going to screw it up. Anyway.
Just go for it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Number 19, I Am Charlotte Simmons by Tom Wolfe.
Love this.
Slither, 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 slither went the tongue, but the hand that was what she tried to concentrate on. Well, wait, I have to start again. Slither, 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 slither went the tongue, but the hand, that was what she tried to concentrate on, the hand. Since it has the entire terrain of her torso to explore, and not just the otolaryngological caverns. Oh God, it was not just at the border where the flesh of the breast joins the pectoral sheath of the chest. No, the hand was cupping her entire right. Now she must say no, Hoyt, and talk to him like a dog. The fingers went under the elastic of the panties. Moan, 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 moan went Hoyt as he slithered, 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 and caress, 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 caress went the fingers until they must be only eighths of inches from the border of her pubic hair. What's that? Her panties were so wet down. There, the fingers had definitely reached the outer strand of the field of pubic hair and would soon plunge into the wet mess that was waiting right there.
And scene. I don't think we can do it any better than that.
No, that was
That was amazing.
Problems. There were some problems in punctuation that was either because it
Not
was
your fault.
bad writing or
It's the writing.
somebody didn't type it right.
Yeah,
No,
I think
no.
It's the writing.
I think it's more like these people tried to self-publish.
I mean, it didn't even end with a period.
This is Tom Wolfe.
Oh, that's a good point. And the other one was the, the copywriting dude.
Slither.
God.
And also part medical journal. Clearly they took one pre-med class in college.
I'm going to look up that word and see if I can find the pronunciation.
Well, obviously it has something to do with the blowjob, right? I mean, we were talking about the tongue and the word larynx is in it. So clearly it means deep throating. I'm just gonna put it out there using my reading comprehension.
Just put it out
Somebody
there.
wants to fact check me, and it doesn't mean deep throating, but I'm gonna go out on a limb, and that's how I'm going to read it as.
Well, rather than just putting it out there, just putting it in there.
Oh.
Alicia says that number 12 is by Nick Cave, a musician. Oh, The Death of Bunny Munro, 2009. All right. He slips his hand on his hold on. He slips his hands under her cotton vest, and her body spasms and slackens, and he cups her small cold breast in his hands and feels the hard pearls of her nipples like tiny secrets against the barked palms of his hands. Ooh, that doesn't sound great. He feels the gradual winding down of her dying heart. What?
Oh, dear.
Oh, the death. She's dying. He's the murderer. Okay, I got this. All right, got there. Very much unlike Avril or whatever her name is, as we'll find out. He feels the gradual winding down of her dying heart and can see a bluish tinge blossoming on the skin of her skull through her thin ironed hair. Oh, my dear Avril, he says. He puts his hands under her knees and maneuvers her carefully so that her bottom rests on the edge of the settee. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, so make me correct me. He slips his fingers underneath the worn elastic of her panties that are strung across the points of her hips, slips them to her ankles, and softly draws apart her knees. And is she dead? All right. And feels a watery adore in his eyes as he negotiates a button and a zipper. It is exactly as he imagined it. The hair, the lips, the whole. And he slips his hands under her wasted buttocks and enters her like a fucking pile driver.
Oh, God, that's disgusting.
That one was real gross, guys.
That's really unpleasant. That's not even funny. That just makes me feel weird.
Alicia says he wrote an album called The Murder Ballads. All right.
Oh, man.
All right, I got it.
Oh, okay. Ro's gonna close us out. That's
okay.
Here we go.
Otorhinolaryngological.
Whew.
Nicely done.
Well done.
And it means the study.
Unfortunately, it doesn't mean deep throating. It's an adjective of or relating to the medical practice involving the ear, nose, and throat. So the throat is in there.
Yeah. That's why we just call it an ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Right. Nobody's got time for that.
Yeah, we ENT. We visit our fair share.
Too many letters for a business card.
Wait, pronounce it one more time now that I know that.
Otorhinolaryngological.
God bless us, everyone. Okay. 3 times fast.
Woo!
Oh, Greg said Stephen King is on it. Greg, do you want to read it?
Yeah, I think we got to do that one too.
We can close out with some Stephen King. All right, here we go. We're gonna close out with some Stephen King, unless while I'm looking through this one more time, we find something.
All right, sorry, I scrolled away from it. All right, here we go. 11/22/63 by Stephen King.
Yeah.
She said, don't make me wait. I've had enough of that. And so I kissed the sweaty hollow of her temple and moved my hips forward. She gasped, retreated a little, then raised her hips to meet me. Sadie, all right? Oh my God, yes, she said, and I laughed. She opened her eyes and looked up at me with curiosity and hopefulness. Is it over? Or is there more? A little more, I said. I don't know how much. I haven't been with a woman in a long time. It turned out there was quite a bit more. At the end, she began to gasp. Oh dear, oh my dear God, oh sugar.
Oh gosh.
Stephen King, has like things that he's good at, and writing sex scenes is apparently not one of them.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Definitely not. 'Cause that's not how it works. Okay.
If anyone ever asks you, is it over or is there more? You're either in like a situation that's, I don't know. This just like seems like I don't know. It's just not great. It's just not great. That's not what you want to hear. No.
All right. I'm going to finish out with the last one on this list. Okay. There are two that I feel like you guys would like be wonderful at. Actually, the last three are spectacular. So do we want to 1, 2, 3 them? They're all short, and then we can take a break.
Do it.
I actually have to pee, so. All right. So let's do that. All right. Who wants to do 21, 22, and 20? I'm going to do 23 because I've read all.
Okay, I'll do 21.
Okay, then I will do 22.
All right, Shandy, kick us off. Here we go.
All right, we got The Stranger at the Palazzo d'Oro by Paul Theroux.
Let's go with Theroux.
From 2003. The softness of her skin in the dark, far softer seeming because of the dark, was irresistible. And the aroma of her lily-fragrant perfume mingled with the cat smell of her steaming cunt made me salivate and pant like a lion, my nose tormented by damp fur and hot blood. Is this humans or?
It's unclear.
It's a stranger.
Still, I could not tell where her soft skin ended and her silk began, and the complexity of her vaginal lips was like another elaborate silken garment she had put on for me to stroke. I adored the gleam of her body in the light from the street lamps and the blistered moon. She knelt and worshipped my cock with her mouth and her gloved hands, and she cried out louder than I did when I came, spattering her face as she licked.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 22, Bunker 13 by, oh dear, Enryu Udaha Baha?
I think it's Anaruda.
Anaruda? Sure, let's go with that. Anaruda Baha. It's from 2003. She's taking off her blouse. It's on the floor. Her breasts are placards for the endomorphically endowed. In spite of yourself, a soft whistle of air escapes you. She's taking off her trousers now. They are a heap on the floor. Her panties are white and translucent. You can see the dark hair sticking to them inside. There's a design as well. You gasp. What's that, you ask? You see a designer pussy, hair razored and ordered. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Oh dear. Hair razored and ordered in the shape of a swastika, the Aryan denominator. As your hands roam her back, her breasts, and trace the swastika on her mound, you start feeling like an ancient Aryan warlord yourself. Oh, that is gross.
Oh my God.
That is.
I'm not sure why this isn't like number one.
That is hella uncomfortable.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
But it sure was fun to watch somebody else have to read it.
Thanks, guys. That was great. That was really, really
That was
stupendous.
really terrible. That's
I
probably
feel
out
like
of all of them. That's probably the worst.
That was really offensive.
but I feel like I understand the title of the book better now.
What was the title again? Hold on.
Bunker 13.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's
I will say this. I did not see that coming.
no, me neither.
That's what she said.
Yep.
But,
You can tell I can't read ahead when I'm reading aloud. Came up
All
like
right.
a roadblock.
I'm gonna close us out with Star-Crossed by A.A. Gill from 1999. So you guys ready to feel what uncomfortable sex was like 19 years ago, 21 years ago? I don't fucking know. 21 years ago.
When we were in high school.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. All right. And this is what the old people were doing when we were in high school. All right, here we go. His tongue is long and hard and tastes of mint. We don't say anything, but he pushes me to my knees in the middle of the shop. It's difficult to undo his flies. I put my hand in. It's hot and damp, and then Christ, it's amazing, huge. It just goes on and on, as thick as ... As a magnum, a Jeroboam, a Mensusela, a bitter pump, a fucking salami. Shut up, John.
What?
I don't know who John is, but that's the best punchline ever. A fucking salami. Shut up, John.
That was amazing.
Are they talking to themselves? Are they sort of like they are John and they're like, shut up, John?
I don't know.
Also, why is it flies plural? Don't you have a single fly in your pants? What is going on with their pants?
Unless it's like an alien with multiple.
I mean, it was
sausages.
the
I don't know.
90s. I don't know.
That's a
Zippers
fantastic
in places that you didn't need zippers. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a great point. I just went back. I didn't misspeak it. It literally says his flies.
His flies. Yeah, plural flies.
Do boxers or underwear have flies? Right? No, they just have
Oh,
a hole, right?
a button.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's 3 men on this call. Somebody let me know if there's a fly in your underwear.
Right. If you own a pair of pants that has multiple flies, how do you navigate it? I have questions.
Amanda is always willing to learn new things.
I'm always willing to learn.
Yeah, she's a learner.
Yeah. Except if there's swastikas involved. Like, get out of here with
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
Yeah.
Delete. All right. On that note, everybody, I love the best sex and fiction awards. I'm sad they couldn't happen this year, but here's to
But that was good.
That was good. That, that'll hold us over until next year, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Matt, for sharing that with us. All right, let's take a quick break and then we will get into I think we have a couple of things in feedback, but then we'll get into the resolutions. All right. All right, here we go. Do you guys mind if I pee like real quick? I'm so sorry.
No. I'm gonna get some water.
Okay, like we ran around like trying to find where the webcam went.
Oh.
It literally only arrived 2 days ago, so I have no idea. But yeah, so I had to pee before we started, and then I was like,
Oh god.
I don't have time. So, yeah, I'm gonna go do that like super fast. You all know the bathroom is at that wall, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Our order changed. Uh-oh, I can't hear you anymore, Colleen.
Yeah, sorry, I can't either.
Our order that we're in switched around and now I can't hear you. So I don't know how.
Interesting. Yeah, my order stayed the same. Oh,
Your order stayed the same?
My order stayed the same.
Weird.
But theoretically it should, because you should always be like your own video is always directly to the right of the host.
Well, I'm to the left of the host right now, and Alicia's to my right.
Interesting.
And Colleen's pointing, but I don't know what she's saying.
Sounds like.
You switched. No, now Amanda, you're down.
Oh, weird.
Like from what I'm seeing, before we were the top, like.
Yeah.
We
didn't change our order.
Something just happened, but I think somebody left.
Yeah, Matt left.
Oh yes. Still can't hear you, Colleen. Can you guys hear Colleen? Or is it just me and Amanda? Okay, no.
Okay. Yeah.
1 minute.
Mm-hmm. She has an idea. Oh, gosh. Interesting. So if we just let it cool down. Okay. Gosh, poor thing.
I know.
It's just like it's always something with the audio.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm so gassy. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I like keep muting myself. So I was like, oh god, oh god. Like we had soup for dinner, so I don't know what's going on.
What kind of soup?
I made butternut squash soup. It was
really good. Yum.
Yeah, it's a recipe I got from Pinterest. I make it quite a bit. It's like with apples and yeah, you make like croutons to go in it with like sage and Parmesan. It's pretty easy and it's like Really
sounds pretty solid.
yeah, it's pretty
Easy and good is the best combo.
yeah. Well, and it's like I think my brother bought it for me. Bought me an immersion blender years ago. It was like a gift I didn't know I needed, but it's the best. It's the best for soup.
Immersion blender. Let me look at this up.
They're like it's like a wand.
Oh yeah, Frank uses that all the time. I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, immersion blender.
He got one at Goodwill like years ago, and
it's great. The only like down thing I realized though in the new kitchen, because it's so much bigger than our old place, but there's no outlet close to the oven. So I had to bring in an extension cord so that I could use the immersion blender and the pot on the stove. So it was fine. And also that ends well, but like, okay.
Seems like a weird little oversight in layout.
It is because there are a lot of outlets. But yeah, I think the kitchen, the layout is a little funky. I mean, the whole apartment, the layout is kind of funky, but that's kind of part of the charm. And I think why it has so many closets is because it's laid out weird. Yeah. So there's enough like space for them. But yeah, like the outlets aren't close to the oven. Nope, still
can't hear you. No.
Yeah, sorry.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's like in last time too. It's just like we just started to hear you. So maybe it's the same thing. We just have to kind of wait it out.
Or is there anything that you can like unplug and plug back in again?
Yeah.
That's what we do for my TV whenever it doesn't work.
I mean, that's what I do with my stuff. No.
Oh.
Still no.
Smack it a few times.
Sorry, I couldn't read that.
Aww.
Thank you, Ro.
Yeah. Thanks for playing.
Thanks for joining us.
And hope to see you next year.
Yeah, see you in the new year. Nope, and we lost Colleen too.
Yeah.
She didn't make me the host again this time, so if anybody tries to pop on, they're just gonna have to sit in the waiting room until she gets back. Which is fine. I feel like at this point, no one's.
Yeah, an hour and a half into it.
Yeah.
Does the live recording go on break while she's out, while you guys are out, or?
I don't know. It's
just curious.
So funny. Connecting to audio. No. Are you muted? No, you're not muted.
No, yeah. Is the computer muted though? Like, did you maybe hit that button by accident? I know.
Yeah.
No, that one I didn't get. I'm terrible at charades. Always have been. You only hit mute. Did you unhit mute? Oh, there it is.
The microphone was off.
Yay!
See, it's always something silly.
Oh wow. But I updated Zoom and a whole bunch of other shit.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
That was probably an important
Productive.
thing to do.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's do feedback. Get into it. I am so sorry. I'm so embarrassed. I don't know how everything got turned off like that. I am so sorry. And I know Akram's microphone. Yes, Akram's microphone is me. Okay, please. I know everybody wants to kill me because everyone wants to go to sleep. I am so
Oh, good.
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I don't know how that happened.
It's funny because it was like, yeah, your microphone took a break too.
Yeah.
We all needed a break.
We all needed a break. Just like
it had to go pee.
Exactly.
All right. Sorry, I'm gonna shrink everything so I can see GarageBand. Because I restarted and I didn't close everything, so it was like 1,500 things open on the browser. Okay, here we go. I'm really sorry again, everybody.
No, you're okay.
Oh, good.
Come on, GarageBand, make this quicker. Did Ro leave?
She did.
Yeah, she wrote in the chat.
Oh,
she had to jump off. But
okay. All right, cool. All right, here we go. All right, we are back, and in typical 2020 form, it was not an easy commercial break. Everything broke, but we put it back together, and here we are. Thank you again to everybody in the chat for dealing with it when I inadvertently muted my microphone and then thought there was something wrong with my computer. So here we are. Yay, 2020. Let's get into some feedback because I am hella embarrassed right now. The first bit of feedback is from Mandy, and she says Holiday in the Wild is good too. I will add that to the list. Hopefully another murder thriller comedy Netflix show HBO doesn't come up in the meantime, and I'll watch it after I watch Noelle. Matt says, wow, Colleen had a lot of time to watch Christmas movies, including a trilogy. I'm sure she saw one that I recommended. I can't wait to hear what she thinks 90 minutes later. Basically, the Charlie Brown music, essentially. I know it wasn't Christmas time, but that was my rendition of it. Matt, I actually did think about that when we were editing. I was like, oh shit, like I didn't watch any of these things that we read about. They weren't girly enough though.
You kind of had a theme. You had a theme going, and I don't know. You really you were on a path, you were on a journey, and you had to get to that journey's conclusion before you could move on to another genre of
exactly. And then I watched Dash and Lily, and it was beautiful.
That's it. I feel like that's like the next logical step to get you back out of like the Hallmark era. I don't know. I
kind of did. I was like, oh, maybe I do need more substance. But Aaron actually shared this link in the Facebook group, and it was like the cinematic universe of all the different like holiday movies, like the Netflix ones, like the really cheesy ones. And it was like, such and such makes a cameo in such and such, and like this is mentioned in this, and it kind of blew my mind. Actually, I was like, wow,
that's amazing. That's really kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mandy said, I just watched A Christmas Movie Christmas. You're gonna love it, Colleen. That was the one that my coworker recommended that I watched last week. So yeah, I'm all about it. Christmas Movie Christmas. Bring it on. But my mom actually, so if we end up going, and we're hoping to go, but so far only Jay and mine and my uncle's COVID test came back. Everybody else is kind of still waiting, which is kind of weird because I heard New York is like pretty quick with it, but like I don't know, we're hoping everybody is healthy so we can at least see them like for Christmas, but we'll see. But anyway, if we do end up, being able to go up there, my mom was like, I just want to watch a Hallmark movie all together, all of us. And I was like, huh?
Well,
yeah. So we'll see. I might suggest a Christmas movie Christmas though, because I know they've seen all of the Hallmark movies. Like I know they've all watched all of them. In the chat, Matt and Alicia are talking about Anna and the Apocalypse. which is about zombies, and I'm down. I'm in. For real, Matt, for real. Shandy said, Shandy says, hoe out with your camel toe out. Nailed it. And that was at the very end of last episode. We were talking about that.
When I was listening to it and we got to the end, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I was so proud of myself that I had to put it in the Facebook group and in the outline. And that's what happens when you're in charge of the outline. You can insert yourself if you want. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Boom.
A good insertion. I consent.
Speaking of a good insertion, Jana had texted me this, and she said, I was just listening to the broadcast, and the posting date was the day that my coworker went into labor. I nearly spit out my coffee at a part about a lockdown baby was being born right now.
Yep, exactly 9 months.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. And it's funny, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they said that right after their brother and sister-in-law were living in Brooklyn, and then right as the pandemic started in March, they went into lockdown, and they decided they were going to move to Virginia to live with the parents. And she found out a little bit after they moved to Virginia that she was pregnant, and she had her baby yesterday. And my friend was telling me this, and I was like, this is just like what Jana was saying. And then Mandy shared a list of is this from Carrie but it's like January, and it's like happy face. It looks like
I think it's from Black Mirror, actually.
Oh, okay. January happy face, March, June, April, May, October, and it's like, somebody like got totally like, knocked to the ground. And then December is just like crying with makeup down their face. Not
I think that's the Bryce Dallas Howard.
It is. Yeah, it looks like her. Okay.
Black Mirror.
Okay, because it looks like Bryce Dallas Howard, so that makes sense. Okay. But yeah, not wrong. Moving on.
You're right.
Matt's What She Said. Matt, do you want to read any Matt's What She Said from this year? Like, we can paste in the chat. Does anybody want to read it to finish out the year? No?
Sure. I'll read some since I was busy during the bad sex.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
So,
good.
Do you have your list up handy, or you want us to post in the chat?
Well, I probably have the note in my phone. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so you'll be number 4 then, or you want to be number 1 or 2? Pick your number. What number
I'll
you
do
prefer?
4.
4? Okay. All right. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right. Second week in a row I've done this.
The happiest D of the year.
As you can see behind me, I am drowning in a sea of boxes.
Wow. Wow.
That's a really good one.
That is a really good one.
I didn't see that one coming.
No, me neither.
Sorry, Matt. Go ahead. That was brilliant.
I think in COVID times, they won't do that for you.
That is clutch if you have to pay for it.
They're not coming until 1:00.
Daniel wanted to do some packing the other day.
As he often does.
He's healthy.
I might try to bang out a few more.
That's a big one, Shandy. If I do say so myself.
It was exactly the right size. It was so sweet.
Look how long it is.
I just clicked on it to make it bigger.
It's a very 2020.
Pick some bottoms.
There shouldn't be an option that's just, there should have been an option that's just no pants.
I can see why they wanted to go real.
I did. Maybe 3 times tops.
You can get them anywhere.
I did it when I was checking Netflix.
Who is next? Me?
I would put him as Crank first.
What does that even mean? I get it, but
Morrissey from the.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, I did say that because that was hilarious. The Morse thing, Amanda. You're like, and Crank.
Oh dear.
Oh, thank you, Matt. That was
You're
great.
welcome.
Another 2020 is down in Massachusetts.
A fine vintage.
Almost done with the D.
Yes, in a year where nothing else was a fine vintage except Zoom stock. That I feel like is
Right.
a extraordinarily fine vintage. One that, we might say that Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue and Tom Tillis are very well acquainted with. Anyway, all right. Emails, and then we're out of here. The first email, we have an email from Dennis and an email from
Dennis. We have 2 Dennises.
Yeah, I was
Two
going to
Dennis.
say, we have an email from Matt, but we read that last week. Very confused.
No, it's the Bad Sex and Fiction.
Yeah. So we kind of already.
Yeah, didn't
we
we
have-
read this email last week?
No,
Matt,
we
you
re-
said
I mean-
this a week ago, right?
Yeah, that was the kind of the preamble to like saying like it was canceled.
Yeah, this is
Like,
from
that was-
last week. Yeah,
Right.
I
we
just
talked-
put
we
it in
talked
the.
because it has
Yeah.
the link.
Yeah,
Yes.
we talked about. Yes, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take it out of the outline because it's really throwing me off. Not that you did anything wrong. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, that's good because I got the links from it. So thank you. Okay. So we've got Dennis, and Annie. Okay. Focus, Colleen. Bring it home. Okay. Make it easy to edit in the car if you maybe are in the car. Fingers crossed. Come on, New York. All right. Start this game. All right. Next up, we've got some emails. We've got 2 from Dennis and 1 from Andy. And yeah, then we'll finish. We'll do our resolutions and get out of here.
Great.
All right.
Okay. Do we want to one
Go
person
for it.
read both Dennis, or do you want to split Dennis?
They're very different. I think Amanda, you should read the first Dennis one.
Great, because I love reading my name in third person. I'm all for this. Okay.
You love Jingle
This is
Jangle.
so
I
much
do love Jingle Jangle. I love it.
Contrary to what this is portraying right now, we actually are really good where I say somebody wrote this, and generally somebody like speaks right up.
I'm sorry. Are we not behaving properly? I apologize.
You are bad girls.
I mean, this is also why we used to like assign them before recording.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta sock it out.
Maybe I'll
Okay.
just next time I'll just do that.
No.
Be around.
No, don't.
I'll just make an
No,
executive
we've had
decision.
autonomy for the last, I don't know, year and a half. And it's been great. We've had podcasters' rights. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So yes. So the first email from Dennis is about my favorite movie of the holiday season
And your least favorite movie of the
and my least favorite movie of the holiday season. And it goes, "Hi, Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. I'm all in with Amanda on Jingle Jangle. Thank you, Dennis. Beautiful, diverse, magical. I know, right? As for happiest season, I have been forced to watch more Hallmark/Lifetime Christmas movies than years any of you have been alive. And I disagree strongly with comparing happiest season with those. Well, except for Victor Garber playing the father."
Everybody needs a paycheck, dude.
Yeah, I'd say it's fair. In fact, I remember 2 movies last year starring Tatiana Ali that were exactly the same plot, but with different character names. Anyway, again, I'm with Amanda on this movie. Everything tied up way too quickly, and I wanted to see Abby move on. Loved the sister, Mary Holland, eventually, and Kristen Stewart, Dan Levy, and Aubrey Plaza. Oh, and it was good to see Alison Brie get a chance to use her glow wrestling moves. Good point. We totally did not mention that.
Listen, if we're talking about plots being tied up too quickly, did you miss the point where we were talking about a lady having a baby with everybody in the room?
Yeah, but see, I didn't see that one, so I can't speak to that. I can only speak to what I've seen.
Neither did Dennis, apparently.
And I'm also okay with that.
Yeah.
That one.
Right? You were like, this is stupid, but also, I kind of love them. So.
But also I'm here for it. Yay for Aldovia.
Aldovia. Oh, did you pay attention and listen for it?
Yeah. And I 100% you were correct about that.
Aldovia.
Oh dear.
Hi Dad, I'm writing you from Aldovia. Aldovia.
It's like the only time that she discovered her O's was when she was talking about Aldovia.
Oh dear.
Well, I'm glad she eventually did discover her O's.
Oh. I think she did beforehand. I hope she did.
I hope she discovered some O's before settling down in Aldovia.
Yes. Aldovia. That's probably why she accepted the proposal so quickly.
Also possible. Yes.
Oh, nobody in the chat has watched this and have any idea what we're talking about, but we have. And you know something? Mike texted me the other night and it's like, Aaron and I are about to start the Prince 3, and I was like, yes, enjoy. And then he was like, her notes are so stupid. And I was, for the second one where she takes the notes in the bar, her like journalism notes. I know. And I was like, yes.
Why is a princess going to a bar?
Because she's a princess. She cares about the people.
Okay.
She was doing some investigative journalism, and I believe her second note was
but
like,
she was like,
what did she write?
So good. God, hold on, wait, let me just check my text. So good. I have it. It was so dumb.
In a fictitious European
she wrote
country.
Yes, exactly. Which they show on a map.
No, she wrote down. What did she write down?
So wait, where is Aldovia on the map?
Aldovia.
It's
like over by Austria.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like they're always shoving countries in that part of.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, Americans don't really know that part of Europe.
Right.
We can just kind of slide it in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
but it's like vaguely in the Alps, kind of like there's mountains and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, she wrote down fishy.
Oh
That's
God.
right.
Because the guy in the bar was like, it's really fishy. So she wrote down
like, oh, let me write that down.
The real princess for the people here.
That's all we're gonna spoil. It's the second one now. Yeah.
It was good.
It's really funny.
It was good.
Yes. Oh goodness. Okay. Yeah. That was my contribution. Is clearly, if we've got some issues, we haven't seen a Christmas Prince in a sequel. Thank you, Dennis. Has anybody seen the Tatiana Ali movies that he's referencing? Matt, I know you have.
Either one of them.
Matt, don't let us down. I'm going to unmute you in a second. He's Googling it real quick. He's like, I'm on it. I know he is. I see that determination. So nobody's seen these movies? No? Okay. All right. Quick. Somebody make this seamlessly go in for when I edit it. Okay. All right. Nobody's throwing me a bone here, so I've got this.
I believe we have another email from Dennis.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Amanda. Listen, Dennis, before we move on, I just want to know what you think about the Christmas Prince trilogy. Like, please write us back when you've gotten through all of those. Also, before you watch them, buy a drink of your choice and set up a bingo card. It's just going to make it more fun. All right. But I loved the holiday season. I disagree. All right, moving on. 2020 closing in. Here we go. Oh, is that me? Okay.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna split them up.
Okay. All right. Next, all right, 2020, close again. Hi, Amanda, Shani, and Colleen. Colleen's recent story about how 2020 was starting to close in on her again this fall, and the related Alex story that she told made me decide to share this story now. When it happened, I thought it might be too emotionally draining for some to hear, or that it was weird that it affected me in such a weird way, but whatever. When I was working on the Colleen Live at the Mulholland Dinner with Comedy Club project, those of you that listened might have also seen the Easter eggs I included in the MP4 of Colleen relating her almost kidnapped story. Photos of a blue recycling bin, the long windowed front of the building, and the A+ mini mart at the end of the very Jersey Turnpike rest stop where Colleen's story took place. I was amazed that with a few details Colleen included in her story and a little Googling, I could get photos to make the experience so much more real for the listeners. As it turned out, it got a little too real for me. I found photos of the Starbucks inside, photos of the employee parking lot shot from the public parking in front. But really shook me was the satellite photo of the entire rest stop. I could practically see Jay circling the van. I could see the rear of the building, the employee parking lot, even the streets of the neighborhood Colleen was wandering around in. The possibilities got very real for me. I decided to skip the satellite photo and even the Starbucks photo. I finished the project, and then I messaged Colleen's life partner, Jay, to make sure Colleen wouldn't become upset with even the simple photos I included. I gave him a private link to the video on YouTube, and he thought it was great and to go ahead and post it. I'm sure we've all had episodes like this, but sharing them takes the courage to relive them. Dennis. Thank you, Dennis. Like, that's actually, a very thoughtful and empathic email, and I really appreciate it. It's kind of crazy. Like, it kind of goes to show, like, just how much you can get from the internet, right? Like, I could tell one story that I feel like because I could just tell one story that I feel like doesn't have a whole lot of significance or details or whatever. And even from that one little bit that, like, you say on the internet, like, very savvy people can pull it up. And that means, either reliving it or even like nefarious purposes, which, I know people don't do as often as they do in movies or TV shows, like The Flight Attendant, which you all should watch because it's great. But I appreciate your discretion, Dennis, and it is really crazy. And even like when I listen to podcasts in general, I'm all caught up on Spooked that Amanda and I listened to, and the finale of this most recent season is a woman talking about a haunted house that she grew up in, and she gives the name of the street she lived on, but she gives breadcrumbs about her parents' professions. They're professional, blah blah blah. She gives details about the house, and she names a street but doesn't name like anything else, or even like her name other than her first name. Like, you don't know if that's real or not. And I was very curious because, like, I was like, I gotta know about this, and I Googled it, and there was a Reddit thread about it, and this Reddit thread had people were curious as well, and they had gone through she had told a story about like a Native American burial ground that was nearby, combined with a church that was here, and like people had Googled like properties in this area, in a specific area, because it was very clear. It was clear from the story that it took place in New England, and even I got the gist of that too. Just things that like match the like town histories that matched all the things that were described for the ghost story and the blah blah blah, and it was just crazy that somebody found what they thought on, Zillow or real estate or Truly or something. Like somebody found what they thought was that house, because it ends with the woman who's telling the story saying like, this house goes on. When I went to college, I thought of the house. This happened when she was younger. When I went to college, I thought of the house again. And I keep tabs on, and I have like a Google alert, and like it goes on the market for, new occupants every year to every year or so. So somebody like searched like properties that fit like near these things and like the history, and it was crazy. Like this one Reddit thread pretty much narrowed down this one house, and people were able to like identify it from just the details in the story, and it was crazy. So be
careful what you put online, even like, I mean, on like, your Facebook profile, like you might want to think twice about putting up something as simple as your birthday, especially if you have a public profile, because like that's information about you that could be used to get other information about you. And it's just like so easy for anyone to see, especially, I mean, I think I have my birthday, but not the year.
I have my birthday, but not the year public. Yeah. I've noticed that a lot of people who are teachers or work in education will do their first name and their middle name on Facebook, but take their last name off.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't use my first name and my middle name because I feel like I don't need to be advertising my middle name. It's not super, because if you know what I mean? If you can find out my middle name easily and then you happen to know my last, like that's even more information about me.
Yeah. But I think those are also the people that like work in like elementary schools or middle schools where like parents will like come after them for like the stupidest shit.
Yeah.
And they, will make their profiles on private. You can't search for them, and also do like the first and middle name, just like as a protection.
Yeah.
But Dennis, here's hoping that 2021 is better. I'm not going to ask how could it not be, because I thought that about 2019, and 2020 really was like, hold my vodka. So
let's not tempt
there you go.
here.
No.
Yeah. All right. One last email from Andy. I guess this is Andy's last email of the year. And then we're going to do resolutions real quick, and we're going to get out of here. All right.
Well, Andy writes in, this horrible year in Andy's virginity.
Oh, no, I shouldn't laugh. That's terrible.
Yeah, well, speaking of 2020. Hey, broads. Well, this horrible year is almost over, and I don't know if there's anything else to say that hasn't been said. Obviously, this year didn't play out the way I was expecting, which is an understatement because almost no one was probably expecting this year to play out the way it did. There's no changing the past, but we can learn something from it. This lockdown has helped us all appreciate all the social things we took for granted. It also made us see a lot of things we're fortunate for. While I'm not happy that this journey I've been writing to you about has been postponed for another year, I've weathered this storm reasonably well. I haven't gotten sick, lost my job, or had the kind of misfortunes a lot of people have faced this year. Sorry, this is super last minute and I didn't have the time for a more thorough response, but I had to write in for the last show of the year. Hope everyone has a great holiday season, and here's hoping 2021 is better, because how could it not be? But don't tempt fate.
Oh my goodness. What the fuck?
Hashtag I'm 6 feet from hers, Andy.
Did he
crossing our fingers. Crossing our fingers.
Wait, did I just read the end of his, or did he and Dennis really say that? Okay, I think I reread the wrong one at the bottom. Okay, well, that makes me feel somewhat creeped out that was a weird kind of universe thing. My comments are the same, though.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I remember like at the very beginning of the year, I was in France and like traveling to Ireland, and I remember seeing a story on NPR about this new coronavirus and kind of like reading it and then completely pushing it out of my head, like, oh, it'll be fine. It's, and that was the beginning of the year, and then here we are.
Yeah, it's like January and February felt like kind of an island unto themselves.
Yeah. Although with like an increasing sense of like something's coming and hoping that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I agree with all of this about like being thankful for what we have.
Mm-hmm.
So many people have had it worse, I know, that than me personally. I am very thankful for what I have, and I do think that it's an opportunity to pause and take stock of what's important. So I also hope that we will take the lessons of 2020 with us into 2021. I know we're all aching to get back to normal, but normal wasn't actually working all that well for a lot of people. So it would be a great time to rethink some things. We'll see if it actually happens.
Well said. Hear, hear.
Hear, hear as well. But there's a lot of factors that go into that.
Yep.
1, winning the Senate. 2, Fox News being closed down. 3, Rush Limbaugh dying of cancer. 4, what's his face? Jacob Wall's wife being like, I do want a wet pussy, and so on and so on. What's his name? It's not Jacob Wall. What's his fucking name? Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro's wife.
Yeah.
Just want a wet pussy after all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's to 2020 being better, because it could not be, as I said, but
But I think there's enough to look forward to in 2021 that there's a light. There's a light that we're moving towards. So hopefully it's
this little light of mine.
Yeah, hopefully it's not false.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do our resolutions real quick, and then we'll get out of here. Who wants to start? I know Shandy loves this part.
I do love this part. And I haven't written anything down this year, but I was kind of thinking of this very much a la Clueless, where we look at this in terms of our body and our mind and our soul. And so body-wise, it's been a rough year. I can't remember if I've talked about it on the podcast, but I injured myself running the Big Sur Marathon last year, and it's just been sort of lingering and like slowly getting worse and creeping into other activities. And I really want to work on that. I leave things off like that for too long, and I have my first physical therapy appointment tomorrow to actually deal with it.
Good. Oh,
yeah.
Good for you.
So I'm very happy about that. And I have been like very off of running for a number of months, but I finally started up like slowly this week. So I feel really good. And I think taking a complete break actually really helped. So that's that. Also, in January, I'm definitely doing the Yoga with Adriene 30-day challenge, because I think I really need like a reset into that too.
Yeah.
And then in terms of mind, so I'm doing this degree in environmental science, and so I'll just kind of continue that. That's not like a new thing to start, because I have started already, but I'm looking forward to kind of like really chipping away and making some progress on that in 2021. And then in terms of spirit or soul, I feel like in 2019, I read so much about like witchcraft and paganism, and I loved it all. And then in 2020, I have been reading a lot about Buddhism, and I've been, again, like I fell out of my meditation practice, but I really got back into it lately, and I've been like just doing really good at like having a daily practice. My sessions are getting longer. That's what she said. It's been really good, but I feel like I'm like really just like scratching the surface of some of these concepts. So I want to really continue that into next year. I really want to go on a meditation retreat, and I would really like to be like, I like to work on my reactiveness and be less judgmental and more open-minded. And I think that that kind of all like ties into, I think like meditation and like Buddhist philosophy sort of like really helps with some of those things. So that's what I'm hoping to work on next year. And with that, I will bounce the resolution ball over to one of you.
Nice.
That's good. That last one's a good one. I might borrow that too. I do find I can be quite judgmental. So I think I might take a page from your notebook and maybe make that one of mine as well.
Nice.
Do you want to go then, Amanda?
Sure. I never write anything down because I don't know, living in the moment. What else?
Yeah, that's totally you.
Yeah, flying by the seat of the pants. I'll make it up on the spot. But yeah, this time of year, you're bound to get a little introspective, and as hard and as challenging and as confusing as this year was, in a lot of ways, it was a really great year for me, which is very confusing and a hard thing to reconcile, because there has been so much darkness and pain and strife for so many, and I feel so fortunate and a little undeserving of the good that has come my way this year. So perhaps a good place to start for me is just really, really living in gratitude and making that a real practice of accepting the good things in your life and being thankful for them, and finding a way to channel it that you can then put good back out. I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but I suppose that's part of a resolution. It's an idea that then we make real. Yeah. I think more yoga sounds really good. Unlike, the sort of low-hanging fruit, more yoga sounds great. I've so fallen out of my yoga practice, and I do desperately need to get back into it. Yeah, and I'm excited to set up a new house. That's going to be great. And yeah, I'm very, very much looking forward to what next year is going to look like, good, bad, and different. I think we've all been through such a tempest this year that, we're all certainly stronger. So whatever 2021 brings at us, I think we all are more than adequately equipped to handle it. Yes.
1 2 1 2 1. First day officially Trump free.
Yes.
Ooh.
And also, as your friend, I just want to say that you deserve every good thing that's happened to you this year and is coming your way.
Well, thank you. But it's like, you get it. It's like, it's hard to be.
I get it. I'm going to stop you there.
Yeah.
And say you deserve it. So all the good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Because I love you.
I love you too.
All right. I guess I got to do me.
Yes.
Yeah, mine are quick. We're gonna do Weight Watchers and Dry January again, so that's gonna be great.
Nice.
I complained for 4 whole weeks for you guys. Good luck. But I I have found it hard to think of resolutions this year just because I have found it, a bit of such a hodgepodge of a year where like, I don't know what the next year is going to look like. So it's kind of tough to like sort of, think of, what your goals are. But like, because other than the goals that are like, your standard goals for yourself, like, be a good person or, get through dry January or, do that.
Eat more kale.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Go to sleep before midnight, which actually have like December has been rough, but I've generally done a good job of like going to sleep before midnight this year, for the most part. But that's also kind of odd, as we don't have to get up to like go anywhere.
Right.
I'm like, wow, it turns out
that's going to be a hard transition back.
Right? Not the stress of having to get up to like be able to go to sleep.
I'm going to put makeup on every day again, like not being able to wear the same clothes you wore the day before.
Exactly. Oh my God. Today, so I wore an outfit today down to the sports bra that I had been wearing since Tuesday. And we went to Costco. We went to Costco real quick to get it. No, I'm sorry, not Costco, Wegmans, to get a couple of things real quick. And I came home and I was like, I'm going to shower so I can put on the same clothes and bra that I've been wearing for the last 5
No disrespect. Yeah. I wore this almost this exact outfit yesterday. No, just the same sports bra. Yeah, no disrespect on that.
Yeah, I'm in real close now.
You live your bliss.
I gotta say, this is my bliss, and I'm living it. And I feel like a whole lot of people are also living the same bliss that I'm living.
Exactly.
And,
exactly.
It's the little things because it's been tough. It's been tough. We have. My family is now like, we knew no one that died of COVID directly of us. I knew people who lost parents, who lost siblings, blah, blah, blah. But we've lost 4 people now in the last like month. And 2 people were cousins and then 2 people were close family friends. So like all of a sudden it's real to my family in New York. Like, whereas before they knew it was real, but it was more like, I don't know, like whatever it is. Anyway, that's nothing to do with resolutions. That's my truth. But it's tough to think of resolutions. Like I want to continue into 2021 being the best person that I can be and the best like citizen in the world that I can be, because we're in a time where there's a lot of people out there that are extremely fucking selfish, but there's also a lot of people out there that are actually like not. And I want to see more of the good in those people than being angry on Twitter over the fucking 71 million people in this country who apparently are like, yay, authoritarianism, because that means I don't have to wear a mask. But liberty means I have to wear a mask and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so, but I don't know. I want to get through January. I want to get back to what I looked like a year ago. I just want to, in general, just continue to be a better person of the world. Because I feel like we're in a time right now where it's just, time for everybody to kind of like, man or woman up. So, yeah. Cool. Good times.
Well put. Right. Hear.
Thank you. But on that note, thank you guys for joining us. Does anybody have any resolutions they want to share? Okay, cool. All right, well then let's get out of here. We will not see you again until 2021. We are not recording our next live episode until January 12th. So we'll be off next week. We won't have a new episode. We'll be back with a new episode on January 8th, and that will be the bloopers episode. So stay tuned for that. I guess that's my resolution, is to get that bloopers episode out on time.
You can do it.
As Matt points out, we'll be back on 108, which if you add up all the numbers and lost, they equal 108. So we will be back then. And our next, like I said, regular show will be recorded on January 12th. If anybody... we got to set up our champagne brunch, our 2020 is over party, which again, we can't have that right now because it's not over.
Not over. And dry January. So it'll February at the very earliest.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
Yeah.
Do that. I mean, we can still do that. You guys can all do that. That's fine. Oh,
Up to you.
Up to you. I would never deny another person a glass of bubbles.
that's a good point. All right, we'll figure it out.
We'll table it, we'll offline, and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy New Year. Thank you to the patrons. If you'd like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/JaneJack. You go to janejack.com and click on the Become a Patron link up top right-hand corner of the page. Thank you to patrons that contribute a certain level, and that would be Tack from Tokyo, Eckhart Rickner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with a Plan, Greg the Gray, and Ed the Creepy Granddaddy Mailman. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all for sticking with us this year. We survived a year of podcasts, at least. The year's not over, so can't say we survived the year, but like, yay. Home stretch, everybody. We made it to the home stretch. So, universe bless us, everyone. May your spirits stay positive and your tests stay negative.
I like it.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks.
God bless us, everyone.
Test bless us, everyone. Anyway, thanks guys for joining us. On that note, goodbye 2020 broadcast.
Goodbye.
On that note, my name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Peace out, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Happy everything.
Happy everything.
Bye. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us again. I'm so sorry about that really weird thing in which I didn't realize that my microphone physically switched off. So apologies again, but thank you for sticking around because, again, that was embarrassing. So thank you.
It happens to the best of us.
No problem.
Peak
It
20.
happens to me literally every time I join a Zoom call. Literally every time.
Yeah.
I forget.
Not me, though. Then again, I'm not like the person in the meetings that has the microphone up. Yeah, good times. All right, everybody. Good night. Thank you again. I really appreciate you all being there. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year.
Happy
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy Festivus.
Happy
Yes,
Festivus.
happy Festivus.
Yeah.
Anyway, see you next year.
Yes, see you next year. Happy
See you
fucking
next
New
year.
Year, everybody.
Solstice.
I'm going to call this
tomorrow.
Oh, is that Kwanzaa too?
And Kwanzaa.
Good night.
Tomorrow.
Somebody remind me the next episode that we record in the new year is going to be called Happy fucking New Year. So please remind me.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just going to write it down. Okay.
Quick, text Mandy to set up a reminder.
Fuck.
Anyway, good night.
All right. Good night. Yeah, I got to go to sleep too. I went to bed at 1. I'm real tired. Bye.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, seriously, girl.
Yeah.